What's going on, you guys? David Nakkila here with iPro Realty and the Your Green Homes real estate team, bringing you energy from a different room this time. I'm in the boardroom of the office, and I'm probably making noise by banging around the mic, but that's okay. I've got another video to make, and I've got lots of energy, or do I? So let's just jump right into the video. This video today is going to be on new immigrants that are moving here and your chances of buying a home and how that process works. Of course, your chances are just like everyone else. Everyone has equal opportunity here in Canada, but I'm just going to kind of break down different things that you need to be prepared to do and prepare in advance in order to be able to purchase a home here in Canada. So where should you live in the GTA? So this is a question that only you can answer. The answer to this question should be pretty easy. You just got to look into yourself and figure out, what do you want from Canada? Do you want to experience things from what you believe is a Canadian experience, or do you want to be somewhere where there is a lot more people that speak the language of your country that you're coming from? So if you nailed down what area you want to live in, could be Toronto, Ajax, Georgetown, Oakville, anywhere. Guelph, even outside the GTA, there's lots of great little towns like Guelph, Waterloo, Kitchener, Cambridge, north of it, Stouffville, Uxbridge. There's all sorts of nice areas to immigrate to and live, and it all depends on your budget as well. So wherever you're moving from, you may not actually have had the opportunity to purchase anything with debt, because I know that in some countries, especially in African countries, mortgages have a super high interest rate, and so a lot of people just save up and buy their homes in cash. Here, it's a little more difficult in order to purchase a home in cash. There are some of you that are immigrating here that have the financial means to do so, and that is great. But for those of you who do not have enough money to purchase a home here, you're going to need a mortgage. So in order to get a mortgage here, you're going to need a credit score. So a credit score will be dependent on your ability to handle borrowed money and paying that back. So if you get a car loan, are you making your payments on time? If you have a mortgage, you're paying your mortgage on time. Phone bill, things like that as well, all go on your credit score. So you want to have a good credit score, and if you're coming from a country like the US, sometimes you can kind of port your credit score over, but other countries you may have to just start here fresh, so that can take some time. So getting that credit score started as soon as you arrive in the country is the best thing that you could do. As well, one major thing is that you have to have your money that you're going to be using for a down payment in a Canadian bank account for at least 3 months before they will consider that money for a down payment if you're applying for a loan. So you want to make sure 3 months before you're looking to purchase a property that you do bring in that money from whatever country you've immigrated from, and you want to put that into a Canadian bank account to sit there in order for it to mature and the bank to consider that as down payment funds. So I want to make this clear. If you're not in Canada yet and you're starting to look at housing here, I would just encourage you to focus on getting to Canada and then come back and watch this video later on. I know there's some good information here and stuff that I want you to take away from this, but I want you to focus on getting here to Canada and then focus on getting your money together, meeting with realtors, meeting with mortgage brokers and things like that. I want more of you guys from other countries to come here to Canada. I think it's a really great country and we have a lot to offer. If you are enjoying the video, please do smash that subscribe button and hit that like button. I do appreciate that. And if you're watching this from a different country, please leave a comment below and tell me what country you're watching this from. I would love to see how many different people this can reach and how many different countries this can reach. I'd love to see some places in Africa, some places in China, some people in South America. I would just really love to know where you're from, and I do appreciate that, and I would like to make some more connections worldwide. I know quite a few real estate agents worldwide, but I don't know a lot of actual people living in different places worldwide that are not related to real estate. And I think it'd be really cool to see who's out there watching. Another major thing is there is a foreign buyer tax, and this is not in all of Canada. It's in mostly Toronto and Vancouver. So the foreign buyer tax is a 15% tax on the purchase price of the property. So that can add up to be a lot. 100 grand, that's 15,000. When you're spending $1 million, that's $150,000 foreign buyer tax. So it's actually called the non-resident speculation tax. So this applies to anyone that is not a resident of Canada. If you are immigrating here and you do get a permanent residency, you will have to wait a year. Now, these rules and regulations change all the time, so please do look into that yourself as well. And just double check with a lawyer and an accountant here in Canada. It's always good to just check up on current laws because they are changing all the time. Now, this also does apply to a lot of the regions in the GTA as well as some outside of the GTA, including Barrie, Guelph, Brantford, Niagara, Kawartha Lakes, all those different areas and beyond, of course, as well. So a lot of people do choose to actually wait the 1 year before purchasing as well. I personally feel that when you're moving to a new country, if you were to purchase something in the first week or the first month, you may not actually end up wanting to live there long term. So it is good to move here, find a place to rent, stay with family for a year, and figure out what area of the GTA you would like to move to and what area you would feel is best for your family and suits your needs. So during that year, you're going to want to try and keep your expenses as low as possible so that you can save up as much money as possible. I do recommend that if you do need to purchase a car during that time, that you try not to finance that car, as any loans or financing payments on your credit score are going to affect your borrowing power on a mortgage. So you just want to be cautious of that and try not to overspend. You can get a loan on a car, but I would recommend that you keep that a lower loan. Don't go out and buy that latest Range Rover if you really can't afford it. You do want to prioritize buying real estate here in the GTA because if you look back over the last 40 years, you'll see that property prices have appreciated by a lot, and I think that is going to keep moving forward as there is about 300,000 new immigrants moving into the GTA every single year. So that is a lot of new people moving into the GTA, as well as a lot of people that already live here are growing up and needing to purchase homes. So there is a huge demand for housing in this area, and so that can continue to drive prices up. But of course, housing markets go up, they come down, they go back up. But in the long run, it's going to be rising, in my opinion. Now, I'm not the predictor of the world, but I do like to look at history to judge and figure out what's going to be the most likely outcome moving forward in order to guide my clients and guide you guys. Another thing you can do during your 1 year period of first moving here is figure out what the cost of living is in different areas. Some areas have much higher property taxes. Some areas have higher insurance rates. Think of Brampton, Ontario, has the highest insurance rates in all of Canada. So car insurance rates, I should say. So keep that in mind, that different areas are going to have different expenses. The cost of living is going to be different. If you're wanting to live in Oakville by the lake, expect to spend about $3 million for a nice 4-bedroom home. And if you want to live in Acton, Ontario for a 4-bedroom home, currently right now you're looking in the $700,000 to $900,000 range. Another thing that you might want to think about is, even after your first year, is it worth it for you to buy something to move in? Or should you consider buying something to rent out and continue renting out or living with family? This is a great way to start building some passive income while you are still gaining active income working. So this is a great move for people that are still kind of unsure about where they'd like to live and don't want to just leave their money sitting there, not gaining that much money. It might be a good option depending on your situation and your timeline of putting that money into some sort of investment property, renting that out. Or one of the other options is you buy something and rent out a portion of your property. So you rent out a couple of bedrooms, or you rent out the whole basement, or you live in the basement and you rent out the top floor. There's lots of different options that way. And I think it's good for anyone to try and get some sort of passive income if possible. So that's it, you guys, for this video. I know my intro and outro were very crazy, and I tried to put a lot more energy into this video in terms of how I speak about things. Now, again, if you are looking to immigrate to Canada, I do encourage you to do so. Whether you pick the GTA or you pick Vancouver or Newfoundland or Alberta or anywhere in Canada, I really do encourage you to consider moving here. And if you are already moved here or you are just about to move here, please do let me know. I would appreciate connecting with you and getting to know each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have a great day today. My name's David Nakkila with iPro Realty and the Your Green Homes Real Estate Team, signing off.